Hi, so this is a follow-up to my last video about eye dominance and eye tracking when reading, and it's a situation from my own perspective, no pun intended. So the first thing I want to say is that eye dominance, it does vary a bit from person to person, and that is perfectly all right. In my situation, I'm leading with my left eye when I read. That's causing discomfort, that's causing a lot of problems otherwise for me, so this is why I'm working to correct it. So the first thing that happened really was I developed a reading strategy. Now, I was actually an advanced reader at a young age, so by the time I was 9, I guess I was a fully functional adult reader. Now, that's not to boast about the fact that I was clever, but it's to say that my competence in literacy is vastly different to my mechanical ability in literacy. So, the fact that there's that huge gap, that is something to work on, really. So one strategy that I developed to read, I guess, probably about age 9, reading along a line might have been starting to become a problem. It certainly was a problem when I was about 11. So the way I started reading, certainly as a teenager, would be I'd kind of look at a part of the page, and I'd often be reading from right to left. So I'd start at the end of the page and kind of go in a sort of scan the whole page in a kind of zigzaggy way. So I would scan for information, I would spot for information. That's fine, but it's difficult to do all types of reading like that. You can certainly read a novel or, general factual information like that, but other sorts of reading, it's a problem. The time when I became aware I was having a problem with my eyes was actually, I was working in a call centre, and it was directory inquiries, and the setup of the screen, obviously, it gives you a list of numbers, so the number, the address or the further details will be written, on a grid. So you got your number, and then you got your further details there, and we were told, okay, read down the line, then you read across the line to give details, and that's when stuff started hurting. I actually found it difficult to do that action. I found it physically difficult to make my eyes do that action. Probably plus the fact that I am long-sighted. I had no glasses on at the time. I was looking at a screen. That kind of really brought it to the fore that there was a problem. So that was the first instance I can think of that demonstrates that particular difficulty in reading. So when I was at the opticians being asked to you know, read the Snellen chart. I would do one of two things. I'd be reading this way, but turning my head that way. So I might have been actually, you know, that might have been my attempt to cross the midline from left to right. But the other thing I would be doing, and I think this was especially with my left eye, that would be, I would read the text, I would read the letters backwards, because it was just literally easier to see them if I read them backwards. And, you know, the optician would be, okay, can you try and read them forwards? And I'd be like, okay, now they've gone blurry. So I'd have that going on. Now, you know, if any optical or eye care professionals, optometrists, ophthalmists, if anyone sees this video, that it, you know, if a patient does that, that actually might be worth a bit of further investigation. I think to be fair to the optician at the time, you know, that was something people didn't really know about. I think we still don't know everything about it, but I think, you know, it'd be nice if people could start picking up on stuff like that. The other sign, this is more recent, and I do feel the person who tested me, they should have known better. So, you know, they fixed me up with whatever glasses they thought were appropriate. I said, okay, let's test you reading a bit of text now. So they gave me this text to read, and I was literally reading it like this. So I was reading very slowly, very uncomfortably. There was a dozen questions they could have asked, like, would you find an English text easier? Because I think I was given the text in Norwegian. You know, they could have asked, do you normally have a problem with reading? Do you have any dyslexia? That would have been a pertinent question. But they didn't ask any of that, and I think that was really a miss. They should have done that, because obviously if I was needing glasses because I couldn't read and then I read the text like that, I was obviously not going to be comfortable or functional in what they had just prescribed for me. So yeah, you know, if you give a patient something to read and they're struggling with it, please do ask for further questions. That is really, really important. So yeah, that is a few signs of how this thing manifested itself. So hopefully that, you know, is helpful to some people. Yeah, so I will probably shortly be doing some more videos, so, you know, if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next video.